Hey y'all, it's Christy Cook from Teadoddles. I'm doing a kind of a mini podcast today because those that have been watching may have noticed that this is a day late. It's been a long week. I'll talk about that some a little bit later in this podcast, which won't be as long. There's just some things I wanted to go over and didn't want to wait until next week. So I'd first like to say welcome all new subscribers and welcome back subscribers. I noticed that I made it over the 200 mark this week, which is awesome. I'm always glad to have new crafty people to talk to, and I really enjoy looking in the comments and reading and talking with y'all about different things, so that's always fun to do. If you're looking for me on any social media, I am Teadoddles, and that name comes from my grandmother. That was her nickname. She's the one that taught me to crochet, so you can watch my 10 non-yarny things video to learn more about that. Okay, so I will also be announcing the winner for last week's giveaway towards the end of this video. So alright, just a few things I wanted to talk about, and like I said, this won't be as long as usual because there's just no way I'm gonna sit here and talk for an hour today. The first thing I want to talk about, and I'm sure you've heard other podcasters, and if you're on Instagram you've heard about the issues surrounding people of color in the industry. I don't want to get into it too much because I feel other people have said it better or said things already. I would just suggest that you go watch a video from it's on Christy Glass Knits. So this is a group of knitters, which is where this all started from in the first place. It's called This Is Us, a Fiber Friends Conversation on the Road to Understanding. And it has Christy Glass Knits, Creative CC, Gigi Made It, Brooklyn Boy Knits, and String Things Studios in there. I thought it was an awesome video. It was a learning experience for me myself, and I think that you should go watch it and just get a better understanding of the things that are going on. So and I will just say also, don't assume things about people. You don't know what they've done or where they've been just by looking at them, so don't assume. That's never a good thing. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Like I said, I feel other people have said good things about it, and I feel like that's a really good video to watch if you want to know more about it. So, okay. Other thing I wanted to say was about a podcaster that I recently discovered. She commented on one of my videos, well, my 10 non-yarny things video. She just said hi. Her comment wound up in my spam folder. I'm not sure why that happened, but her name is Elizabeth Pierce. That is the name of her channel as well. I watched her 10 non-yarny things video. It was pretty awesome. She has some really interesting things on there. I really thought that her when she was talking about supernatural encounters, it was funny, not because of what she was talking about, but because of the way she introduced it. It was just funny. And then her favorite food, her little thing she did at the end about her favorite food. So it was very interesting. And I also watched her video about making a realistic eye for amigurumi. She's also a knitter, by the way. but I think this technique would be useful for a lot of people. It was very detailed and very amazing the way her eye looked on her bunny that she'd finished. And she talked about how she centers it and makes it look symmetrical and things like that. So yeah, definitely go check out her. Elizabeth, did I say Pierce? It's Pierre. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Pierre. I have it up here. So go check her out. I haven't had a chance to watch any of her other videos, but those two videos were awesome. So now, moving right along. In my Facebook group, I'm hosting the my finish along for the year. The first challenge ends at the 31st, which is this coming Thursday. And all you have to do to be qualified to enter is share about your makerspace, because our challenge this month was to clean and reorganize our makerspaces, which I've been working on to make it a better place to create. So definitely check that out. And check out the Facebook group. There's been some awesome spaces put in there, and people have made some great progress. This coming Monday will be my blog post about the next challenge for February. And then I will draw a winner on the 31st of January and announce the winner on the 1st in my Facebook group. Okay? So that's Teadoddles Makers. That's the Facebook group, and the link is always down below. Okay, so now I need to make a correction from last week's podcast. I was talking about, I'm just going to grab these couple of things. Where did you go? Okay. Last week I showed y'all some amigurumi, and I talked about this one, which is Merida from Brave, the Disney movie Brave. Her pattern is on 2 Hearts crochet. Okay, they have lots of fandom amigurumi, everything from the Disney princesses to Star Trek characters. And they have a lot of Grafkin patterns for different things. They also have Harry Potter amigurumi on there. So that is 2 Hearts crochet. Now, I also said that these video game squares I made was from them as well, but that's not correct. These are from Lattes and Llamas. They do something called a geek along. I feel like it's not focusing on me. There we go. Okay. They do something called a geek along every year. And they pick different. It's not always gaming. This was from the year that it was a video game themed. Sometimes it's just different stuff. I think they did Women of Science one year, and they did I don't know. They just do different things. So that's where that's from. It's called the Geek Along, and that's from Lattes and Llamas. And they do have their own yarn that they make as well. So I just wanted to make that correction in case you looked and could not find that. So now, what next? Don't forget that if you would like me to send you a Valentine's Day card this year, I would need you to send me an email. My email is down below with your address and your favorite craft. If you're somebody that I watch on YouTube, I probably already know what your craft is. But if I don't, then it would be great if you just tell me what you like to do the most. Yeah, and I would need that by February 4th, so I can make sure to get them all ready and sent out so you can get them by Valentine's Day. I still feel like this is not focusing on me. It wants to look at all my stuff in the background. Maybe that's more interesting anyway. So, now, oh, I participated in the Beanie Swap this year, put on by a crafty concept. She matched everybody up with a partner, and we made beanies for each other. My partner was Ashley from Covered in Crochet. I'll make very certain that I picked the correct tag up here, because when I did my Insta stories about the hat, I misspelled it, which is just ridiculous. But this is the correct tag up here. So I wanted to share the hat that she sent me. This is my hat, which I love. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. There's some sparkle in this white part here. And there's cabling up here. And of course the pom-pom. Yeah. Take it off my head. Maybe you can see it better. This is crocheted. And I really like it. It was really fun to participate in that Beanie Swap and meet someone new. So go check her out. She has an Etsy shop, but she sells crocheted items. So I've been wearing this especially the past few weeks. It's been cold here, y'all, when I walk the dogs, because I don't really wear hats otherwise, but unless I'm going to be out in the cold for a long period of time, which I try not to be. So I really enjoyed doing that. I have also signed up for Fiber Share, which is the sign-ups are closed now, but they do this I think about twice a year. It's like with this one, you have a partner that you send to, and then you have a different person that sends to you. So I had to fill out this really long questionnaire about what you like and don't like, because there'll be spinners and embroiderers, people who do embroidery. That didn't sound right. Crocheters, knitters, you know, just a little bit of everybody in there, and it's just a way for you to say what you like, what you don't like, and things like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We're supposed to get our partners matched on the 4th, I believe. So I'll be looking forward to doing that, because that also means I'll probably be yarn shopping. This will be for somebody else. I just gotta wait and see what it is somebody might like. So I'm excited about that. Let's see. Okay. This past week, this is the only thing I'm going to show you that's a work in progress. Sorry about that. That fell. I've been learning to knit. I'm so excited. It finally clicked with me. And this is, I just picked up the needles I got with my Darn Good Yarn, my first subscription box way back last year. The needles and the yarn, because they went together. And this is what I have so far. Oof. Look. I tried out some different stitches here. It's like a rib stitch. Yeah. And then I'm going back to the knitting and purling, knit a row, purl a row. And really knit and purl are the stitches, and you kind of just manipulate them in a different way to make different things from what I've seen so far. So I'm very excited about that. Because it finally clicked with me and I enjoyed doing it. So I've been trying to learn to knit for a very long time. So after watching Chaos Monkey, she has a great video about knitting for crocheters, learning to knit for crocheters. with good advice in there. And then I think it's HappyBerry Knits or something. I'll put the name up here. I watched her. She has a series of videos about learning to cast on, the knit stitch, the purl stitch, and then that's where I got this ribbing stitch from too. She uses very big needles and very big yarn, and it's very easy to see what she's doing, and she really goes over why you're doing it, which helps me out a lot. Knowing the why of why you're doing something, it makes things easier for me to understand. So I will put the links down below for y'all. And y'all, I'm so sorry that I haven't done show notes the past 3 podcasts, which is something I'm going to try to work on later today, because I will just be sitting doing some computer work, watching YouTube, and crocheting or knitting. Because before I move on to that though, the first picture I posted of me knitting on Instagram, I got a lot of comments about my leggings that I was wearing, which these are the leggings I was wearing. They have mushrooms. I did make these. These were made with a pattern from Erin Weisbart. I think that's how you say that. From Tuesday Stitches. I've done pattern testing for her. That's what these were. It was a pattern test. This legging pattern, because when you do pattern testing, you're supposed to just make it and make no alterations to it so they can tell how it fits. So these fit almost perfectly right off the pattern, which is a rarity for me, especially with anything on my bottom half, because that's where most of my weight is, and I have big booty, and I have to accommodate for that. So the next time I do make these though, I will have to put that alteration in the back side to give me more, so they'll stay up better, because I do have to pull them up a lot when I wear them. But I did not have to alter. I don't feel like I'm going to have to add anything in the leg, the thigh area, which is something I usually have to do. So yeah, because you can see some of my stitches are popping out right here. And that's because I've been pulling up on them because they slide down. But they're some of my favorite ones. I really love this fabric. I got this from Mood. If they still have it, I will put a link down below. They may not have it anymore though, but I got this from Mood. And that's where I used to make these leggings. I have some other fabric to make some more. I really love it because it's made, the leg is made with 2 panels. So there's a seam down the front and the back. It was really easy. Well, it's 3 panels. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's 3 panels to the legging, so it's easy to adjust. So I'm just gonna have to reinforce some areas like I did before, and that's the main reason that's popping out, is because I keep pulling up on them. You know, it's just extra stress that's not typically on those seams. So these are some of my favorite ones, and y'all go check her out. She has some great patterns. I've tested for her before, and I always enjoy doing that. So those are my leggings that everybody was talking about. Let's see, is there anything else? So this week, it's just been a tiring week for me. That's gonna focus. I don't know. Doesn't matter. For those who don't know, I have no thyroid, which I lost to thyroid cancer. It's going on 6 years ago. So sometimes my energy levels just get really low. And this week is the week before my monthly fun time, which is never fun. And that can make it more tiring, and this one's been really bad, so it's really just drained all of my energy. So just going to work, which I don't work a full day even, but I do drive back and forth a lot, it makes me tired. It makes me don't want to do anything. And then on top of that, this week, let's see, my dryer's fairly much kaput. It's been squeaking for a while, but now it's scrubbing. So Friday I had to take all of my laundry to my parents' house to wash it and dry it, which is always fun to do. That's just extra work to do. I know that doesn't seem like a lot for some people. They do that all the time, but when you're already tired and you don't have much energy, that just takes away anything you may have had left. So I've just been kind of crocheting and watching videos or knitting in the evenings, and that's been it, because I didn't feel like doing anything else. I was going to do this yesterday evening, because Friday evening I couldn't do it. I was too tired. Saturday morning, sorry, I kicked the little stand. My phone, I did something weird. I was leaving my parents Friday evening because I was going to go ahead and record this, try to do a full podcast Friday evening when I got home. But I took it out of my pocket and it had a black screen with blue and red text on it that said something about it was reset and reboot or something. I was like, what? And then it went blank and I hit the button on the side to see, and then the next thing I know, it was like my phone had cut off and it was rebooting. I was like, well, that's weird. But then it said erasing. It had this blue screen with the little Android thing, and it said erasing, and it wouldn't let me do anything. I was like, what is going on? And my phone completely reset itself back to like when you first get a phone and you have to redo things. I had to reset up everything, and none of my photos were there, which luckily most of my photos I copy on a regular basis to my computer because I have to have them for blog posts and things, and then other photos I just go ahead and copy them. But I was like, I don't know why that happened, but that was weird, because I couldn't even make a phone call on it or anything, because when you first set up a phone, it'll ask you to set up your Google account, and then it'll send you a code, but you're supposed to look at your old phone for the code. But it was saying to look at the phone I was on for the code, and I couldn't look at it because I couldn't access any of it. So I had to wait till I come home and got my password for my Google account. So yeah, that was fun. That took a while to reset, and I still don't have everything right on it. And like I said, there's a lot of stuff missing. Even some text that happened in the last week were missing. Yeah, that was not fun, but it's working now, at least, and that's what I record with too. So I was a little freaked out about that. I just got this phone, so yeah. And then let's see what. Oh, I did want one more thing. My son, he is in Atlanta going to the Art Institute, and he had to move to Midtown Atlanta this first part of this year, and he's experiencing riding the MARTA back and forth to the school. And he called when he has to work. He gets home late, so he usually calls me while he's waiting on the train or the bus. And he's always talking about the wildlife in Atlanta, because he will sit there at the bus stop and a mouse will come up and sniff at his shoe and then just walk off. And he's finding that very disturbing. So he also is in character design and 3D modeling this semester, or this quarter. And he's talking about, excuse me, I gotta get he's talking about making these modeling some characters after myself and my husband. Basically, my character would be a yarny mad woman with a needle that's used like a harpoon to pull you into their yarny web. So I thought that was quite hilarious. My husband thought that was funny when he's telling us about the character design, and then we talked about how we'll be famous one day, but so I'm interested to see how that turns out. Maybe he'll let me share a picture if he likes the way it looks. So and as far as my voice, I am not sick. I'm having some sinus issue, but that's due to allergies. There's maybe something blooming now. I know jasmine blooms here around this time of year, and people have been burning things off to get ready to plant, and just debris and stuff, so that's why my throat is like this. Plus it also gets like this when I get tired, ever since I had my thyroid out. Your thyroid is kind of under and around your vocal cords, so it just affects that. Now, for the part you probably really want to hear is the winner of last week's prize. So, last week I said I was giving away yarn to be able to make my pixel and lace heart scarf pattern. I got it right that time, y'all. Which is on the blog. And let's see. It will include these two skeins from Yarn Bee Alpine Authentic. Yeah. That's what I used to make mine. I don't think this is produced anymore. I just had 2 extra skeins. I got it at the big Hobby Lobby sale. And then, this is kind of unwound, y'all. I'm gonna have to fix that. This, my leftover, and this is called Pinnacle from, it's Heartland, line brand Heartland, which is what I use to trim my scarf. And I did weigh this. Now this is only about 1/4 of a skein, so I used 3/4 of a skein to trim my scarf, but I made 12 pixels. I used all my yarn and made 12 pixels. It was a very long scarf, or I made 12 hearts. You can make less hearts and still use this to trim, or since it's not enough to go around a full, because it was very long, you may not want a scarf that long. I'm 5'8", so, and it reached down to my thigh when I had it wrapped around, so this is a pretty long scarf. So what I'm gonna do, I'm including all of these leftovers from, this is also Heartland. This is Mount Rainier. It's leftover from a bunch of hats I made for Christmas. So, and it goes really well with the other 2 yarns. So, what you could do is just put this blue in one row of the border or something like that, just for that pop of color, or you can just use, this is plenty to go around the whole thing, no matter how you do it. So you'll get all of that, and you can decide what you want to do with it. You don't have to make that pattern. This just will make that pattern, and I will send you a PDF of the pattern. It is free on my website, but there's no PDF for that one. So, and I will be sending a set of stitch markers with this. I don't have them ready, so I cannot show them, so it'll be a surprise for who wins. But anyway, the winner is Red Gingerbread. Yay! I put it in the random comment picker, and she was the winner. She is just recently started some crochet podcasts. She had some recipe videos before, and so she is a new crafty friend, or new person that has been watching my videos, so I'm excited. Red Gingerbread, my question was, what do you do for Valentine's Day? Her comment was, I love long videos of people I enjoy spending time with, and you are one of those people. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. For Valentine's Day, I definitely do not want to go out to eat either. I like to celebrate Valentine's Day either a bit earlier or later to go out and eat. My hubby always brought me something, but it doesn't have to be expensive at all. I enjoy sending my grandkids small gifts also, or to my friends, just small homemade goodness. Yes, that is always the best thing, small homemade goodness. So if you will, my email, send me your address to this email. I think I may already have it. I think you have sent it to me for the Valentine's Day card thing. So if you have, you can send me an email or not, but I'm fairly certain I already have your address. So yeah, congratulations to Red Gingerbread. I will be sending that out as soon as possible. And so that was the end of that. And I'm gonna do a giveaway, like I've said before, about once a month. I don't announce it or anything because I'd rather it go to somebody who actually watches and enjoys watching. So that is all for me this week, y'all. This is just slightly over 30 minutes, so that's very short for me. But I will be back next week, hopefully, to show you all the goodies I have been working on. I have been working on crochet and everything, so, and some sewing. So I'm excited about that, and I will have a video this week, hopefully, for the first Jimmy Beans Wool Crochet Club unboxing, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that club. So yeah, and I'm going to try to do some more tutorials. I know I had promised one about sewing zippers around curves. I just haven't been able to get that done. So things to look forward to. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.